Hello everybody, I'm Nelson Peñarera Castillo from Sullana in Peru. Hello, this is another live connection. Today is August 28th, 2022. There is a sunny morning here in Sullana for the people who is watching us live. And the reason why I'm here is because I have to tell a pretty story that happened when we were producing the first version of our English content website of Factor Tierra. Well, look at this. This is a faucet. Okay, this is a faucet. And it's open. What about this life in this place? Because I'm remembering a story that happened in 2005 when we were producing Factor Tierra 2. Factor Tierra 2 was the English version website of Factor Tierra, especially created for audiences in the United States and Europe. The content was similar to the Factor Tierra, the original Factor Tierra in Spanish, but with the difference that we were translating or creating English version contents for that audience. Well, what about the faucet? What about the faucet? What about the water? Ow! Sorry, I pinched. Okay. In 2005, we created a campaign called Let's Save the Water. Let's save Huancabamba. Why? Because one of our issues covering one of the issues we were covering was different problems with mining projects across Piura department, but especially one in the highlands, especially between Ayabac and Huancabamba provinces. This is next to Ecuador border, and the interesting thing was some businessmen were proposing to create a mine, an open pit mine, amid a cloud forest and other kind of ecosystem that is called páramo. Let me explain what is the páramo. You know, the Andean range here in South America, in this part of South America, is not high. In fact, our altitude is not upper 4,000 meters. This is about yes, 15,000 feet altitude for the people that understand this in feet. Well, so the problem is we don't have snow in this part of South America. We don't have snow. For example, in Ecuador, Colombia, part of Venezuela, Peru, the south, the central part and the south of Peru, Chile and Argentina, and Bolivia, obviously Bolivia, you have snow. And all the water comes from the snow. When the snow is melting, the water starts to run. Here in Piura, that doesn't happen. What happened? Imagine this. This is the Andean range. This is the Andean range. And you have here the Amazon basin, and you have here the Pacific basin. When the humidity from the Amazon basin goes up to the highlands and meet the humidity that comes from the Pacific rim, the Pacific basin, both shock in the highlands that produce humidity, and that humidity is absorbed by little plants that are called ichu in the Quechuan language. And that ichu starts to put the water inside the soil. And when the soil is oversaturated of water, that starts to create lagoons and lakes. The Waringas complex actually is a beautiful place that you have to visit, and and the origin is exactly that, the humidity, and the paramo is doing that. The cloud forest does the same process, and that originates the river, the creeks first, the rivers then, and finally those rivers go to the sea. And here in Piura, we have the possibility to give water both to the Pacific and the Atlantic Oceans. Well, what is the problem with the faucet? Okay, in 2005 we were launching this campaign, and we were covering that issue. And one day, once upon a day, we received an intriguing email from a student in North Atlanta High School, North Atlanta, Georgia, in the United States High School. I don't remember if it was Uracima Garcia or, well, maybe the problem is it happened in 2005. My memory is not good. Well, in that email she said, look, at our high school we are doing a campaign to save water, and we were trying to save water, and this student, this female student, was asking us to provide some information about what was the impact, what were the consequences, for example, here in Latin America, in Latin America, Asia, maybe other places in the world, when the people were not saving water. And obviously we are living now in times of climate change and the global warming, and the water is a resource we have to care so much. Then they, at their high school in North Atlanta, Georgia, the Warriors, this is the name of the sports team. That school was organizing a campaign that just consisted in, when you got a turn on faucet, you have to turn off. And the campaign, the local campaign in North Atlanta, was named Turn Off the Faucet. Turn off the faucet. A simple thing, yes, a simple thing. We can do it in our houses, in our offices, in the place, at the gym, for example, or I don't know, at the school, at the university, at the college. Wherever we go, we have to, okay, when the faucet is open, we have to turn off the faucet. Why? Because when you look at this is dry, yeah, this is dry. There's no drops. Okay, let me get close the camera. There are no drops. When we turn off the faucet, we save water. Yes, maybe this is a little thing, but in terms of many faucets that are correctly turned off, we can save water massively around the planet. And for the people that is paying bills, especially of water, you know the water is becoming expensive around the world. Recently in Peru, the fee for using the water was becoming expensive, and maybe it's going to become expensive as the resource is not enough to satisfy the millions and millions of people that need water. Imagine that, for example, here in Peru, I don't have the exact number today, but I believe, or I think that maybe for every 10 people in Peru, only 4 or 3 or 4 have access to running water. and usually the companies in charge of providing us water um, give us no water through the day. For example, in this place, this is my roof. This is my roof in the above the Factor Tierra headquarters. In this place, for example, we have a tank. We have a tank in the upper above me. There is a tank, and this tank provides us water 24 hours the day, through the day, 7 days, 365 days through the year. But this is the city. Let's imagine other parts in the world, especially poorest, when they don't have access to tanks, for example, or maybe they don't have access to water sources. Sullana is next to a huge river, Chira River, that I promise I'm going to show you soon. But imagine people that is living in desertic places, for example, northern Africa, the Sahara, or maybe the Arabian Peninsula. Well, in Arabian Peninsula maybe there is no problem, but for example, places that are being victims of desertification in every part of the world. So they need water, and water is important for life. The life as we know in this planet is impossible if we don't have water. If we don't have water, you can survive 3 days without food, but try to survive 3 days without water. 3 days. This is scientific fact. So the importance of this campaign was interesting because we were here in Peru, in Lima and Sullana in Peru, and those people were in Atlanta, Georgia, doing the same campaign at the same time, simultaneously. We here, the Factor Tierra crew, with the bureaus in Sullana, Tambo Grande, and Lima at that time, and Piura, and the people in Atlanta doing the same campaign. What was the lesson of that time? That no matter the place of the world you live, you can connect with other people around the globe, now especially with the internet, and try to make a campaign that saves the planet. In this case, saving the water. Remember, we were saving. We were saving the water. We were saving the water. Well, but in other places, for example, what other campaigns can you do? What other campaigns can you do? For example, I don't know, maybe saving the forest, maybe saving I don't know, imagine saving or protecting, conserving. Well, the issue here is that you can do the campaign you imagine, and that campaign can become stronger when you have solidarity links, solidarity chains, or solidarity contacts. For example, in that case, Atlanta and Peru, and imagine other kind of campaigns to save the planet. And we can do it with little actions. We can do here in our house, in the office, the school, even the places we go to, for example, the parks. And that was a lesson. I don't have more contact with the people. I tried to put in contact with Uracima Garcia and the people. This is the name I remember so much. And the people of North Atlanta that did that campaign with us, but I have not success. if Urusima Garcia and their partners of North Atlanta High School are watching this, please get in contact with me, because I have to I want to remember that time. Well, but if you have a campaign and you want to become stronger around the world, try to put in contact with other people around the world. For example, if you are, I don't know, for example, in Miami, and you want to protect, for example, the Everglades, remember that across the west part of Africa, there are similar ecosystems. Here in Peru too, here in South America, I mean, for example, in the Caribbean, there are similar ecosystems. Mexico, for example. So try to identify people or organizations that are committed to do the same thing that you are trying to fight, you are trying to protect, you are trying to conserve, you are trying to save. Anything. Get in contact, talk, expose your reasons, try to interchange strategies, and do it. This is a great news. This is a great story to cover. And if you want that somebody covers the news, I offer you to cover that story. Okay? So this was this live contact here in Peru. Remember, you can get all this and all more original stories about environment with original photographs and with original information and with verified information going to factortierra.blogspot.com. I repeat, factortierra.blogspot.com. Sorry for my English. And you can get us on Twitter at factortierra, at factortierra. You can get us in these places, and the content is updating through the day, no matter the place of the world you live. You can get access to the things we are doing here in Peru. Well, this was another live connection. I'm Nelson Peñarera Castillo. I'm going to read your comments here on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and also on my YouTube channel. Thank you for the preference, and thank you for watching me, and thank you for giving me my pure English. Thank you all people. Thank you so much. So I'm going to say bye-bye, and until the next edition of this live contact. Be careful, take care, blessings, bye-bye. Turn off the faucet.